7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
International superstar, Miss buttabrocka.
You are now tuned in to buttabrocka on Transparency Talks Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Transparency Talks Podcast. I am your girl, buttabrocka. Listen, we have an amazing show for you today, but before I bring on my special guest, I want to, first of all, thank everybody that has been downloading and streaming my new single, Time Stand Still. I appreciate you. Now, we are celebrating Black History Month, and I have a little Black history that I'm celebrating myself for accomplishing these things. On Monday, February the 27th, I will be dropping my trailer for my feature film that I wrote, directed, executive produced, and of course, starred in. So that's going to be on Monday, and then I will be announcing all the details about the premiere and everything in the theaters and everything. So you guys keep it locked. Also, on Tuesday, the official music video for my single Time Stand Still will drop. So we got a lot of things happening. That I'm super excited about. But without further ado, can you guys please show some love? He is the CEO creator of Black Excellent Festival. And he's doing a lot of other things, but we're going to stop it there first. Can you guys show some love to Mr. Nathan Smalls? How you doing?
I'm waiting for the hand claps and all.
I know.
There we go. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing really good.
Put my glass. I want to look distinguished. Let me put my glass.
I think you would look it either way.
Either way, I can work either way.
Yeah,
I'm excited to be here today. Transparency Podcast. It's Butter B in the building. Yes,
absolutely. Yes. And we're going to get very transparent with our whole conversation.
Let's go. Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. So let's take it all the way back. Give me a little bit of history about yourself. Where you from?
Oh, you're going way back. All
way
right.
Back.
So I'm a kid born in the Bronx, New York. First,
I can hear it.
Almost New York City, Bronx in the building, by way of Harlem, then uptown to 165th. And I only mention that because Sherman's Barbecue, well famous, right down the block. And then I had the fortunate opportunity for my parents, bless both of them, deceased a long time ago, but moved us to Teaneck, New Jersey. And I had no impact or no understanding of the impact that living in a town called Teaneck, New Jersey, just across the George Washington Bridge would have. So I lived here. Right across the street was Ronald Isley from the Isley Brothers. Top of the block right here was Dizzy Gillespie. And we moved in 67, June, I believe, May or June. That up until June till December, James Brown lived on the top of the block. Wow. George Benson around there, Sylvia Robinson, the list goes on. So I was in a musical community as a kid, didn't realize it, but it shaped the way I am today. And so thankful for that opportunity. Thus, that's kind of how I got started. And in life, you get an adult and move, and I've lived everywhere in the world. So, but yeah, those are my roots, and that's what shapes me today and the things I like and the things I do.
Wow. Okay. So you have been in the entertainment industry for over 25 years.
40.
Okay. Sorry. Stand corrected.
40
years. Okay.
40 years, 18 years old, my first talent shows. Harlem School of the Arts, standing outside of the record labels, MCA over there on 1755 Broadway, pushing records to DJs and doing all kind of stuff. And then going back to my last year senior school and college, but hustling right in New York City. Started back when I was 18 years old.
I think it's New York mindset or the New York feel, because everybody that comes out of New York is a hustler, but they get it. You know what I mean? And they start young. They
Young,
start really
young,
young. So I
young.
commend that.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, you know what? My
What?
dad was a hustler because both my parents. I can tell some secrets now, can I? This is supposed to
Yep.
be transparency, right?
He's
So
transparent.
both my parents. My dad was a psychologist, worked at Rockland State Hospital. Mom was a special education teacher. But in the summer, my dad painted houses in Teaneck. Like all the folks I mentioned, he painted their houses back then with the hand and brush. My mother did the accounting for a number banker in New York when you played the bolita or two or so my parents hustled. Like it was a hustle thing. And so I guess that's where the spirit comes from. Sometimes hustling has a negative connotation, but for us and African Americans, what hustle means is use every ounce of what God gave you.
Yep.
Right? Don't leave no stone unturned. Believe in yourself. Don't quit. Create opportunity. Don't wait for opportunity to come. And do what you got to do to get the damn thing going. And
You
that's
said
what the hustler mentality really is all about.
you said that. You said that. So speaking of being a hustler mentality, you started the Brooklyn Media Publishing and Sports Marketing Company.
Yes. My first business ever was the Chris Kerry Group. I have 4 children.
Okay.
I have 2 boys and 2 girls. My first son, Christopher, and then my second oldest son, his name is Kerry. So it was the Chris Kerry Group, and they handle the publishing. So my publishing company is Chris Kerry Publishing, and I get into kind of what that is. And then I have my daughter now. She is 12. Her name is Brooklyn, named after the city Brooklyn. So Brooklyn Media Group was it used to be publishing, but we reorganized. It's the Brooklyn Media Group, and so everything I do is named after my children, right? And when I owned a produce store, some other businesses in Jersey, and my kids were in school, I would always take them by and tell them to go look up at the sign so that they could see their names in lights. They could see their names on checks. They could see themselves bigger than where they were. And it created a thing where I'm training them to know that the world's a big place and there are different ways that you can participate. So my children were always a part of stuff I've done, and thus everything I do is named after my children.
I love it. I love it. But you said 4 kids, so you gave me 3. So have you created the 4th company yet?
Kelly girl, her name is Kelly. Kelly Girl Publishing. She gets all the publishing checks. So she's the lucky one. That's residual income. We'll get into that because you know about that. So Date My Mom, Pimp My Ride, Newlyweds with Nick and Jessica Simpson, 5 or 6 other shows. I produced the background, Making the Band. So if you look at all that music when Exhibit and they were walking over the bridge, Diddy had them getting cheese, all that background music, a lot of people don't know. I produced probably 30% of that music.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not an artist. And I could tell you, there's ways to get things done. So that publishing is in Kelly Girl Publishing. So my daughter will have royalty payments from video, rebroadcast rights, stuff for the rest of her life. So that's another topic that we could tell these young for publishing, own your publishing.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I love about this whole conversation is everything you've been saying is talk about generational wealth and making an example for your loved ones so that they can see. I do the exact same thing with my kids. They started their own companies and I'm behind them 100% on everything. Now we're building business credits and everything. You got to teach them young. You have to teach them young. And they need to own things. So I truly appreciate the fact that you're doing it with your kids and for your kids.
Yes, that's called Black excellence.
It is called Black excellence. So speaking of Black excellence, you have your Black Excellence Festival. How did you come up with the theme for it?
Good question. Pandemic. Okay. So I also own a brand called Women of Color Expos, and Men of Color. And these things, and I did R&B Live as well. These things travel, Women of Color. Actually, we just wrapped up the season in Pittsburgh, downtown Pittsburgh, phenomenal Ed Gainey, the mayor, his wife cut the ribbon. It was fantastic. So during these things, pandemic came, 100% my business shut down.
Yep.
Because we rent hotels and stuff, and artists, as an artist yourself, no
Right.
places to perform.
Yeah.
So I'm out of work for 2 years.
Yep.
Luckily, my track record, I think, spoke for itself. I got a call from the Showboat Hotel, and they said, "Oh, and I guess they were fishing. They were fishing as well. Would you bring the women of color to the Showboat?" And I was like, "You gotta be crazy! It's the middle of the pandemic." No, not this year. This was 2019. Next year, 220. I said, "Okay, think about it. Well, come on down. We gonna, They took care of me, paid for my trip. They had just a new management ownership had just bought the hotel during this time, so it was under a lot of changes, and I love what I saw. And I said, me, my crazy self, I don't want one ballroom. How do I rent all 2 million square feet? And so I said, if I'm gonna do something, and I saw the beach, the opportunity, I said, I want to do it. I had Essence and Circle Assistant, and all these things in my mind, particularly Essence. And my son was an executive producer. I'll talk about his musical career too, but that was my thinking. And they came back and said, you know what, we're in transition. They gave me a number, and I was like, let's do it. And I said, well, what am I going to call if I bring the men of color and I bring the women of color, right? Because a lot of times women do these circle of sisters, women are loose. Right. They go out, get fired up, they come home ready to go. But yet they come home to broken men, right? Because men don't have a lot of opportunities.
That's true.
I was fortunate. I went to Manpower, TD Jakes, Mega Fest. But men don't typically do a lot of those things. So I said, well, if I combine men of color and women of color together in one, what would you call it if we work the whole family? Right? We're going to work men, we're going to work women, we're going to put them together. What is it? That creates Black excellence. And so Black excellence was actually formed in the middle of the pandemic. And I put everything together during one of the... There is opportunity when things look tough, and when you think you're having a tough road, or things are not going according to plan, or things are stacked against you, I'm going to tell everybody, that's the most time that you can be successful. If you didn't take advantage of the pandemic, you got paid to stay home and got that check for 2 years and got that free money, and you didn't build a business, or you didn't go out and create, do some of the things that you didn't have to go to work, and you could be on your laptop doing your research, your marketing, you missed a tremendous opportunity. Because in turbulent times is where millionaires are made. So I hope everybody, and I'm living proof that you can create something to be successful. I know you were probably writing this project. You got your new movie coming out, the trailer. I saw that. You got the new album dropping. You were probably creating these things in that time period where we had nothing to do but focus on how to uplift ourselves. So I hope everybody else did the same. But yes, that's Black excellence. And it's Juneteenth weekend, every Juneteenth weekend, which is also the significance because we have July is, I love Essence. I teach my son all the time, but it's not our holiday. Right? So it's where African Americans can gather. But just as important as I mentioned men, is Father's Day weekend. Right? So we get to service and a federal holiday now. So that Juneteenth weekend this year is the 16th through the 18th. We get to focus on entire Black family. We also get to focus on fathers and their significance, and we have activities for the entire family. So
I love it. That was one of my questions. Was it intentional to have it during Juneteenth? So
on purpose.
Yeah.
On purpose. Yeah. Celebrating Black excellence on what many consider the Black holiday, and Father's Day was certainly intentional. And we're locked into, like, I think our contract now is, I extended it to 2030. So we'll be there talking about all the good Black folks that we doing, stuff we doing for years to come. So super excited about that.
I love it. You are absolutely correct. During the pandemic and everything, well, actually, if I take it back a little farther, 2019, I end up torn meniscus, torn ACL, dislocated my shoulder, getting ready for a tour overseas.
I saw you limping around Facebook and Instagram with the knee brace on, and I saw you. I saw you.
I had to do a whole year of physical therapy 3 times a week, and I was 3 months walking with with not the cane, the walker, and then 2 months with the cane. Like, it was serious. It was really serious. And just when I thought that I get back on my feet, because I had to stay out of a commission and not tour for a whole year. So I got the green light to go back on tour in 2020 April, but everything has shut down in March. So you talking about the 2 years that everybody, the world for the entertainments was off. I was technically off 3 years. And
Right.
so, yes, from that, I had to think really, really quick, because typically when you work for yourself, and especially in the entertainment industry, there is no B plan. This is it. I'm pouring everything into this. So when we did get that extra money for being at home, what did I do? Poured it into my film. Never did a film before, but I said, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it all the way. And so, yes, you have to. I hope people did not miss that opportunity to pour into their own selves, like you and I.
Right. And no, exactly. And I think that's really what it's all about, is being committed, right? Making
Mm-hmm.
that commitment that I want. And also realizing the gifts and talents that you've been blessed with on
Yep.
top of that. And I
Yep.
always say, where God gives you vision, he'll also give you provision.
Yep.
And so we had the opportunity really to take advantage of all those things. And a lot of things were birthed during this time. And we're seeing the fruits of that dedication and hard work, coming out amongst a lot of folks that
Yeah.
I know that were in similar situations as us. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. During COVID, I started my podcast, and initially it was just for something to do. I mean, to be honest with you, and did not know that it was going to end up getting picked up on 7 international stations, syndicated stations at that, and have 1.2 million listeners. Where did that come from? Like, it just came out of nowhere, because this was just a little habit. I mean, a little hobby.
God did.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about your Bee Festival, Black
Okay.
Excellence Festival. So what all are you gonna have there? What can people expect when they get there?
I think we're gonna need another hour podcast. I don't think you got enough time for me to get it all in. But let me start here. It's 3 days of wonderful blackness of our culture. So
Mm-hmm.
we kick off. Well, first we're in the Showboat Hotel. Let's get that. We rent the entire hotel. It's 2 million square feet. To give people a size, inside of the hotel is the House of Blues, which is a 3,000 seat arena inside the hotel. So we have that for 3 days. But you're going to get panels, you're going to get workshops, you're going to get concerts, you're going to have comedy show. We've got a hair show we just added this year.
Love
There's a
it.
fashion show, BE Kids. So BE is Black Excellence. And so what the BE Festival is, it's nothing more than mini festivals. So there's BE Film Festival. My man Malik Yoba, everybody knows Malik from New York Undercover. Why Did I Get Married? Tyler Perry. He's back with us for a second year, leading up to Film Festival. So Malik is in the building, giving opportunities to young filmmakers. And we're showing great content, creating opportunities in film. There's BE Comedy Jam, our buddy Talent, the comedian. He's been our staple. He runs the funniest comedy weekend. He's back again for an ensemble. There's the BE food trucks, cuisine for our culture. You could taste some of the crazy combinations of everything we love. You like the collard greens, the cornbread, fried chicken, the ribs, the whatever. I don't do ham hocks and squirrel. Not that South, but the new South. My generation of South. No rabbit, not like that. But might find some oxtails or something in there. So the food truck festival. We added BE Praise Fest. Where you come get your praise on. Gospel artists, singers, panels on relationship. Praising God. That was really important. I added that component last year. I wanted to put the armor of God around the festival. Right?
Yeah.
And so doing that with Praise Fest allowed us. We baptized 43, in the Atlantic Ocean last Saturday.
Wow.
Who gave their life over to Christ. Excited about that. My son, Minister Christopher Stephen Smalls, heads up Praise Fest. We're doing that again. There's workshops, there's panels. The hair show, the hair battle is new this year. That's there. House music. We sold 900 tickets. last year to House Music, BE House Music Festival. This year, I reached a deal, but I don't want to give his name out too early. But oh my God. So House Music, Steve Mason, WDAS is coming. Mr. Cologne, I can't, oh my God, what's his last name? Angel Cologne, co-hosting. It's going to be a fantastic. So House Music, then you got 185 vendors, Black small businesses doing the damn thing, shopping. We got BE Kids program where we go back into the community and we bring them and give them a free weekend to you know, the largest indoor water park in New Jersey. I heard the world, I'm definitely going to say United States, opens up May. So that's indoors and the roof opens up. So, and they got a beach. They took part of the beach and closed it and put a roof over it. So in December, you can go swimming in the water park and on the beach in the middle of wintertime. That opens up in May. There's the racetrack. You go on my page. I'm got the helmet on. I'm riding the cars. That's in there. Indoor games for the kids. So something for the entire family. My guest speakers, Doug Reed, phenomenal speaker. Stephen Anthony King. I'm looking because I'm reading from my notes and the website now, right? So much going on. Stephen Anthony King, disciple of Les Brown. He's talking about fatherhood and Black men. Jermaine Jones played for the Philadelphia 76ers, has a book out called Last Man Standing about being in the NBA, playing with Kobe, making millions of dollars, silently at the same time being a Black man in depression. And he talks about you think you have it all, and you have it all, and every night you fly in the city, you're living this NBA life. He's a 9-year, 10-year NBA veteran, but all while playing a majority of that career in depression as a Black man.
Wow.
And so he talks about that. And just because, you know, everybody chase the bag and get the da-da-da and all that, but it's still human, right? We're folks and we have needs and we have other things. So all of this is taking place. DJ Bent Rock, WBLS in Philly, he's in the building. I got so many surprises that we're going to be kicking out from now to June, but it's Black excellence.
It sounds like it. It absolutely it does. You know, your expos and festivals, they've yielded over 100,000 African American women and men and children, right? How does that make you feel knowing that you are making such an impact in our community?
You know what? I had this conversation last night as I was attending an event, and my partner Doug Reed, who's also speaking, and I said, you know what? The thing is, I don't realize it and I don't think about it until someone brings it to my attention, because I'm focused, right? I'm literally wear blinders, and I love to work, and everybody knows me, knows that I work 7 days a week. I don't really pay attention to that stuff except for when I get calls. Like, you know, certain calls of people who got a call, oh, you know, you're going to do this. And, you know, you'll get a call from somebody who you never expected to get a call from. And they say, oh, wow, you know, this is impactful. And how can we help? Or, you know, you're sitting at the table and, you know, I've had a couple of billionaires, I don't want to put them on the spot recently, call and ask for my advice. And I'm, well, we're doing something in the African American community. Can you tell? And you're like, well, you're asking me that question. And it's those moments that hit. Otherwise, to be honest with you, I don't feel it because I don't pay attention to it. I just go about doing the work. I know we're doing something positive, and my job, I feel like, is to deliver quality content, to deliver things that make African Americans look good, because we don't always own or control the narratives or the content is out there about us, right? We don't own BET. A lot of these urban #1 P1 stations, you know, you can look at BLS and you find that there's the Black PD that's standing there, but then you go a couple layers deeper, here's the company behind it that owns it. They're telling you what Black culture is.
Right.
So we're there, but we're not right. I say this, and I don't want to be too controversial, but we have a tendency to have basketball wives loving hip hop. And so I pull my sister's clothes off. She'll walk around twerking, showing her ass. Can I curse on your podcast? Or
not on all my stations.
Okay, so let me just be generic. We could shake our booties and we could do all of this stuff, but you don't see Jewish women doing that.
Right.
You don't see other races, and that's I'm gonna sleep with your husband and this man and fighting and pulling. You don't see the Jewish women doing that. You don't see the Italian women doing that. So why is this almost mutually exclusive? And yeah, you got the white shows that they wild out a little bit, but we're always over the top. And why is that? Well, that's because people are putting out content and records and music, and we're going to support this album because it does that.
Yeah.
You know, and black music, if it's not raunchy, killing, murder, or, you know, pimping this, pimping that. But what happened to classical great music? You don't make rock music change. You don't make jazz music change. You don't make, but we have to have a certain kind of music that comes with us. So my job is what you're going to see on the stage and Black Excellence is the work of what looks like through our eyes. We control the narrative. I'm doing that in film because I'm going to have the type of films that are reflective of who we are.
Yeah.
Those are the films we sport. The conversation is positive conversations about us. And so that's really what it is. I have an opportunity to change the narrative or support the narratives that I think people don't really see us in a positive light. And so that's why I'm so excited. I think that's why we gaining so much traction is because people are desiring quality content, right?
Absolutely.
Especially the African-American experiences and businesses. You know, on the business side, we talk about getting access to capital. I've got some great finance people. My aunt is the president and CEO of United Bank of Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
So I know African-Americans have a hard time getting mortgages at a rate.
Right.
Access to capital, to build business, to do how do you do that when you're buying a house that's appraised higher because you're African-American, right? I went back to real estate school, got my license just so I could combat some of those things, right? Or when you're selling, your house is appraised lower, so you get less money. These things are real. These things happen every day. A lot of times we don't see it, but you know, that's our job with Black Excellence is to deliver that quality content for African Americans.
I love it. What I want to do right now is play a clip so everyone can get a feel for what your festival is all about. Hold on one second.
Yes.
Black Excellence, a festival celebrating Black culture and our new federal holiday, Juneteenth. Join the Black Excellence Fest for 2 days. Full of Black culture, live music, the Black Excellence Film Festival, enlightenment workshops and youth engagement, panelist discussions, comedy shows, vendor opportunities, shopping, food trucks, the Black Excellence Basketball Tournament, and after parties with the best DJs. Don't miss the nation's newest and greatest annual in-person celebration of Black culture. Specified BE Fest events will also be live streamed Juneteenth weekend every year at the Atlantic City Showboat Hotel. Be there.
That makes me smile.
Yeah, that was nice.
Wait, how much time do we have? Are we ending at 1:30? How much time we have?
No, we're not ending at 1:30. I can go to about 35, 40 minutes. I gotta leave room for the actual radio portions of it for music. So
cue me and let me know because I brought some surprises. I got some surprises. So you let me know just where we at, and I'm doing something I never did before on the buttabrocka show.
Okay.
I want to do something special for your guests. So you let me know when, and then we're gonna get into that. So
okay, I do have a question for you. So all of these things from the concert, the comedy, the festival, how do people become involved and get their films in, or pitch to become a performer, or pitch to have their stuff in your network, your shopping network and stuff?
So we have a saying: lock in.
Okay.
First, you got to lock in. Lock in means make the commitment to yourself that you want to be a part of Black Excellence. How do you do that? Visit the THEBE festival.com. So the BE as in Black Excellence, the BE festival.com. You'll see how to participate. First thing on the homepage, you sign up, you give us your email address, you're able to leave comments. I want to do so and so. Then if you go over to the film tab, if it's film tab, then you'll see that where you can submit your films. You just go on there, submit your films. We will use Film Freeway as one of our partners. So you go there, it'll take you right there. It'll do that. There is a question if you have information tabs all the way down. You can find everything you need to become a partner at the BE Festival. So just send us an email is the easiest way. Follow us on IG, Instagram at the Instagram is BE_BE Festival. Everything else is BE Festival. And then go to the website. That's the portal. Because our email address is on there. The contact phone number is on there. You actually can call. We'll pick up the phone. And yeah, we'll answer your questions. You can submit music again through the website. When you go on with the, you put in your email, you put your comments or what it is you want to do. It goes directly to our general inbox, and folks, we pick it up. So yeah, we love to have you. You know, love to have everybody to be a part. We have 2 million square feet, so I can fit 100,000. This when I say 2 million, we rent the entire hotel for 3 days. This I'm trying to get 70,000 Black people to come over 3 days, and we may extend it in the future. But right now, it's Juneteenth weekend, our 3rd year, and so we're growing, we're adding, we're building, and we're just trying to get better every year as we go along.
I ain't gonna lie, I am considering coming, and the only reason why I'm saying considering is because the 18th is my 1-year anniversary. So I don't know what my husband wants to do for our anniversary, but
tell him is everything you could want to do. If you want to go gamble and lose your shirt, go to Ocean, you could do that. You could attend the concerts, you could attend the beach.
Right.
And just go sit out on the beach in the summer and relax. Then you could tip to Father's Day and do. So there's something for everybody to do. It's one of those experiences, I think, and that's what we want. We want people to make it a destination because you could come and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
I told my son, yeah, Essence is nice. Don't get me wrong. But they don't have a beach.
They don't have a beach.
They don't have a beach. So yeah, y'all work it out. We'd love to see you down there.
Yeah. I think we are going to end up working it out because I think it would be great, one, for both of us to be there, and then to celebrate all of the different people that's in the room and stuff. So I think we're gonna work it out. Okay. So if you take all of the knowledge and experience you've had under your belt now and can talk to your younger version of yourself, what advice would you give?
Do the same thing that you did to get here. Take the trials, the tribulations, the mistakes, the heartache, the pain, going through divorce, going through raising children, finding a way, the pain, the heartaches, your parents being divorced, looking for a job, being homeless at one point, getting the car repossessed, lights cut off. Go through it again. Because that shaped you into the person that you are today. And most importantly, I can truly say God is good because he gives you the grace to survive it.
Yep.
So would I change maybe some stupid things I did? Yeah, absolutely. But what I went through led me to a place now where I live, breathe every day about making our culture better. Not for me, because I don't care. And I'm going to talk about this. I'm from Teaneck, New Jersey, even though it's a great time to wake up, right? But I went from hosting parties, doing R&B Live, to sitting, having conversations with billionaires and them making my dreams come true. And going from that to that, and then having those conversations and having an impact. We wouldn't change an absolute thing. And I tell everybody that's a part of the process.
Yeah.
Right? You got to go through the ups and downs. Faith without works is dead. God tells you have something greater in you, that doesn't mean you're not going to go through the trials and tribulations. That's where
Right.
your faith is tested. And so my older self, yeah, good job, continue to hang in there. And now I'm built for tough times
Yeah.
because there'll be more,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And now, but my feet are firmly planted. So I may waver to the left or to the right, but I won't get uprooted because I know whose I belong to. So that's the advice I give to everybody. Believe in yourself. Don't follow the crowd.
Yep.
Do what you're called to do. Where God has given you vision, He'll also provide provision.
Yeah, I agree. You preaching over there.
Listen, my cash app. If you feel if the word has moved you to do a
Well,
thing, cash app $ Brooklyn Media 2. Amen. Amen. Bless. If you feel to be a blessing, then we could do it that way. Pass the collection plate. Let me stop. I'm being silly, but hey, listen.
well, we are about to wrap this call up. So,
All right.
You said there was something you wanted to say.
I want to talk about, because you see, when I found out I was coming, well, first I want to say congratulations. You have the new single out, Time Stand Still, that you dropping. I want to encourage everybody, go download it, do whatever you got to do, share it, click it, like it, promote it. You also have the new movie trailer that you're putting out. So any of my people, I shared this, I was going to be on here with 1,000 people. I was sharing, tagging. So make sure you support this sister and her 2 great products. Make sure you support the podcast, like it, share. Even if you didn't tune in and you see it, guess what? You can share it. You can share it later. Let's do that. If you had to go to work, I told people call out sick, but when you see it, the replay, I'm going to share it. Go and share it. So I was moved by that. I don't know how we're going to do it. So anybody that shares this podcast and tags you, tags the podcast, Butterbee, whatever, just tag, let her know that you saw this on the podcast. I'm going to pay for hotel tickets. You got to pay your own airfare, or if you live close, but I'm providing hotel for 2 nights and VIP tickets to all the events. You're going to get the VIP. I'm going to give you the BE Festival t-shirts. I got them over here. I got hoodies. I got t-shirts. I got all the BE Festival gear over here. I got an office full of stuff. You see I got the NBA Kobe Bryant jerseys. You getting something of everything, a pack. All you got to do is share this podcast. Tag Butterbee, tag the podcast itself, tag me, and then she's going to pick the winner. She's going to pick the winners, not me. She's going to pick the winner on show, and that's it. And you'll get a complete gift pack courtesy of both our shows for watching and participating. So for more details about that, you got to tag the show. You got to lock in.
I love it.
Lock in.
I love it. That is an excellent gift, everybody. If you are not already on the screen tagging and sharing this, I don't know, you missed your blessing. So make sure that you do what he said to do at the Bee Fest. Make sure you do what he said do. So with that, everybody, Nathan, I would like to thank you so much for being a part of my show. You truly have been a blessing, and honestly, what you're doing for the community and for our culture, kudos to you. I appreciate you.
I got great people around me. Trust me, it's not all me. I got some great. Big shout out, Doug, Lisa, Sproul Motley, Lakeisha McRae, Doug, Stephen Anthony King, the whole crew that makes this happen behind the scenes. I love y'all. And thank you very much. God bless.
Okay. Well, with that, everybody, we are out of here and we will talk to you guys later.